Do our genes control our behavior? The complex truth between genetics and environment. The question, are we defined by our genes, has long been one of the most intriguing in both science and philosophy. Does the sequence of DNA in our cells determine who we are, or do our life experiences and upbringing play a bigger role? The answer isn't simple, but it's fascinating and full of surprises. What are genes and why do they matter for our behavior? Genes are segments of DNA that carry instructions determining the structure and basic functions of our bodies, such as eye color, height, and even certain brain traits. These genes are passed down through generations from our parents and ancestors. But how do these instructions relate to the way we think, feel, or act? Scientific studies, genes aren't everything, but they matter. The role of genes in personality traits. Many studies in behavioral genetics show that personality traits such as openness, extroversion, and emotional stability have a strong genetic component. Research often compares identical and fraternal twins to estimate the influence of heredity on these traits. This means that parts of our personality may be partially inherited, but how these genes are expressed depends on interactions with the environment. Genes, linked to specific behaviors. Some genes influence reward sensitivity and risk-taking, connected to levels of dopamine in the brain. Different variants of these genes can make certain people more prone to adventure or new experiences. Scientists emphasize that this doesn't mean destiny is fixed, just that the likelihood of certain behaviors is higher under certain conditions. Heredity isn't deterministic. Non-genetic forces matter too. Even with the importance of genes, environmental factors and life experiences play a crucial role in shaping behavior. Social upbringing, culture, education, and psychological experiences all affect the brain and behavior. Even within the same family, individuals raised in identical environments can behave very differently, highlighting the strong influence of environment. Gene-environment interaction, epigenetics. Modern science shows that the environment can change how genes are read without altering their sequence, a field known as epigenetics. Harsh life experiences or chronic stress can alter gene activity, affecting emotional responses and habits. In short, genes provide potential, not destiny, and the environment determines how that potential is expressed. Contemporary researchers explaining the link between genes and behavior. 1. Robert Plomin, an American-British psychologist and a pioneer in behavioral genetics. Through the twins' early development study, TEDS, involving thousands of twins, he discovered that genes contribute significantly to differences in personality and cognitive abilities, but they are not the sole factor. You can say, Plomin showed that genes set the probabilities, while the environment determines how those probabilities unfold. 2. Maike Bartels, a Dutch psychologist and behavioral geneticist, she studied genes related to happiness and well-being. Her research found that some genes influence individual differences in happiness, but life experiences and environment remain crucial. You can say, Bartels found that genes provide a foundation for happiness, but daily experiences make the difference. 3. Danielle Posthumer, a Dutch behavioral geneticist who focuses on genes linked to cognition and disorders such as schizophrenia and depression. Her work showed that complex psychological traits are influenced by the interaction of hundreds of genes with the environment, not a single gene. You can say, Posthumer demonstrated that human behavior results from a complex interaction between genetics and experiences. Do genes determine free will? If genes influence our behavior, do we truly have free will? Scientists today confirm that genes do not write our future entirely. They set probabilities. Life experiences, values, society, and personal decisions all shape who we ultimately become. Conclusion: genes give us the tools, the environment determines how to use them, and we hold the power to shape our lives. So, the real question isn't, do our genes control us? But rather, how will we use our genes to become the best version of ourselves? If you want, I can also create a short, punchy version for Facebook or Reels, around 60 to 90 seconds, with storytelling cues and visual suggestions to make it highly engaging. Do you want me to do that?